Alright, so I got my guitar all cleaned up here. I'll just show you what I did. Uh, I first off, once I get it all, like, I wipe everything down with a lint-free cloth. I've had this for years now. And you can use any sort of mist wipe, guitar polish stuff, anything like that. And just like a couple of squirts. You don't soak the thing because it'll take you a month just to wash that polish off, kind of thing. You can see there's a bit of a shine to it already. So look at the back here. Oh, nice looking black guitar again. See the pinstripe. And that's only like a couple of, and then I do the neck too. Smoothens everything out. Do behind the tuners. Then what I do is I check my tuners. Now, you can see that these tuners are loose, and when I bust a string, these things rattle, right? So when they're under tension, they're fine, but you're probably saying, where's the nut? Oh my God, where's the nut? It's right here. So maybe I'll give that a quick cleaning too. So I'm going to install the pickup, my Dean pickup, and all that before I put the strings back on. I had a bit of a problem with one of the, I tried to lay these out in the same order I took them out. So this is the, this row here, and this is this row, this row here, the second row. So this row is this row, this row is this row. But this one, this peg here, to get it out without busting it was kind of a, this one was really hard to take out. What I ended up doing is, usually I take all the strings off on this end. So when I go to take those out, what I do is if there's one that's sticky, I try to bang it out with pliers or whatever from this side. So I just go in the guitar and I bang it out that way. So the inside of the guitar is up like a don't know how much light's in there, but that's what you're looking at. So yeah, there we go. That could be interesting. Or is it just pitch black in there? I'm not too sure. But anyway, yeah, so checking out the overall condition of the guitar. The fingerboard, see that nice rosewood fingerboard. Like I say, this guitar is, it's made out of okay stuff, but okay, the fret wire is a bit cheap. You can see that because a lot of fret wear on there. For a guitar that's not really that old. But the thing about this guitar is I don't think the wood was dried properly or whatever, or maybe just coming from China's climate to Canada's climate was just too much. And past couple of years, we've had these crazy humidity in the summer and then really dry in the winter, and then everything just kind of goes haywire on you. So that's my main complaint there. And the main complaint is that the bridge, this part of the bridge doesn't work anymore. Is it my fault? Is it the company's fault? I don't know, because I did modify the bridge to lower the action because the guitar was so high up that even a truss rod adjustment wouldn't have fixed it. It was like the action was almost perfect when I bought this guitar, 12 string. And it was like the first 8 months, it was a perfect guitar. And then all of a sudden, it was around October, we went from humidity to dry. I could walk into the room and the action's like that high on the guitar. I was like, what happened? You know what I mean? It just like, everything just went. So I don't know. So I'll see if I can, yeah, because if I can keep this guitar going, the goal with this guitar was to play live and use it as a gigging guitar. And this doesn't sound great at all. Like, it just doesn't, these just don't sound good. But you just slip them in here like so. Go this side. You can see where my pick is worn away, the pickup. And then just kind of go like so. Without busting it. Okay, but it's in there. It's in there. There we go. And yeah, so I'll probably have to get a second one of those for the other guitar. It'll get the job done. It doesn't sound that good at all, but you can get it. I like to think that people are more razzle-dazzled by my playing the tone, but it would be nice to have the actual pickup working in this. And I know what you're saying. Well, just take it to a Luther and get it fixed. Time and money, which neither I have too much of. So I have to use it the way it is for now. But putting the fret, I'll show you my fret conditioner here. I think it's just a combination of lemon oil, because it smells very lemony when you put it on there. And you just do a couple of drops. The stuff is really slack, so just a couple of little drops, and then get a Kleenex you don't, or Kleenex, a cloth you don't care about, because it will kind of stain it a bit. And you just rub across like that, clean the frets, work the fret conditioner in there, and it kind of keeps your fretboard from cracking and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna get this thing show ready the best I can, and I really wish this pickup was working, but is what it is. So the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to see if the biggest problem I have with this guitar is intonation problems from the playing side. The biggest problem is the pickup doesn't work. The second biggest problem is, in order for me to lower the action to make the guitar playable in standard tuning, I know most people tune their 12 strings down a half step. I might do that this time with this one. But I usually keep guitars in A440 or E standard, whatever, same tuning. And I usually keep them there because that's what everybody's tuned to. I don't mind capoing the first fret and tuning it a half step down, but I could try something really interesting and tune it in, say, drop C sharp, which allows me to go to drop C, and a 12 string in drop C sharper and drop C is pretty darn cool. But the problem is then you have to adjust your vocals for, 2 steps down, but that'll take the tension off the neck. It'll do other things for me, but the other thing I can do is capo at the second fret, and that brings me back up. If I'm in drop C sharp, I'll be back at standard tuning if I do that, and that might help with some of the well, we'll see if I can get away with it, because if there's not enough tension on the guitar, then again it won't intonate. The biggest string you're going to have the problem with is the tenor, the skinny G string, not the wound one, but that one will not intonate. The rest of the strings will intonate fine, but that one, when I lowered my action, there's not enough tension on there. So there is a trick though, is whichever one it's going to be, probably I think it's that one. When that string comes over, no, it'll be this one. When that string comes over here, I'm going to put like a little piece of wood that comes out almost to the edge of this, and that basically is like adjusting your saddle, and that will shorten the string length to get the proper tension on it, so that when you tune up, it's at the same tension as the drone, the main string. So the droning string and the main string and the tenor string is, or droning string, is going to be at the same tension, which means then you can play an actual 12 string and not an 11 string guitar. So a little 12 string tip for you there that I've learned over the years. They all do it at some point. It's not uncommon to see people in music videos with that G string missing on the 12 string. A lot of 12 string players just take it off because they can't do anything with it. Now, for the guys that only play, say, maybe from here to here, no problem. But the guys like me who use all of this, I'm playing up here, you know what I mean? Like I play leads on this thing. I have to have an intonated guitar, so I might be intonated here and here, but by the time I get here, it sounds horrible. So, so that's what I'm going to try to fix for the show, because I want to razzle dazzle people and stuff like that. I have no idea how many instruments I'm going to be bringing out to this show, but it should be fun either way. How am I doing for time? Yeah, I'll wrap it up here. So I'll get the strings back on it, get it tuned up, see if I can intonate it with my little trick that I tried last time. It worked. It's just I didn't glue the piece in because I didn't know if it was going to work. So I tested it and it did work. I'm going to try it again, and if it works for that intonation trick for the tenor G string, then I'll glue it in there, and then problem solved, right? But I still have the problem of the electronics work, but the bridge doesn't work, which is common with these things, to have there's two different saddles in here, two different piezo mics in here, one on this saddle, one on that one. And that's usually one or the other goes. This side works, that side doesn't. And could be because I've had to take my bridge down, and maybe there's not enough tension or whatever. It fits in there. It's fitting it on the piezo. Maybe it's just what happens to them. So again, I can't recommend this guitar because I've had way too many issues with it, which is too bad because I love the guitar. I love the way it sounds. I love the way people react to the 12 string when they hear this thing. It just gives you chills. It looks great. It plays very good for a 12 string once you get the action sorted out. But once you get the action sorted out, then you got the intonation issue, which is, I'm not going to knock the guitar for that because that's common. So to intonate it, you have to have action that high, which makes the point, all these frets become pointless. Like I want good action the whole way. And again, it's not a truss rod issue. It's the bridge is just too damn high issue. And there's nothing you can really do about that other than take down the action. But when you see, I guess when I took down the action, maybe there's not enough tension on that bridge. Therefore, I don't have electronics. Hence, you have to use this. But anyway, there you go. I got the strings on it, and I'll show you then.